Welcome, everybody, to Zoom In on the Jags, the latest episode featuring our IUPUI women's soccer team. I'm Dr. Jeff Sherman from the School of Health and Human Sciences, and my guest today is IUPUI women's soccer first-year defender, Alex Stocker. Alex, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are
That's
you?
that's great. I'm glad to hear it. I'm doing great. It's a new week. It's the weather's not good, but at least it's somewhat
It's over
chilly yet
today.
somewhat warm. It's
Yeah.
typical Midwestern weather.
Mhm.
So first things first, I want to kind of get this out in the open, and that's you come to IUPUI from Broadview Heights, Ohio, and you went to Padua Franciscan High School. I knew I'd messed that up in the middle of it. So Padua Franciscan High School. What brought you to us?
Oh wow. Well, I really wanted a city type feeling school, so I just kind of looked for that, and I luckily got found at a National League game. So and then it just kind of like ended up working out. I visited here my sophomore junior year, loved it, loved like everybody here. City is awesome, coach is great. So it was just kind of like a really good fit for me. And then now I'm here.
How about that recruiting process? What all did you go through? A lot of people don't understand the recruiting process when it comes to Division One college athletics. Tell us a little bit about your process. You came here twice, 2 different years. So
Yeah,
what was that process like?
it's a lot. It's definitely a lot of like emails, calling them, asking them to come watch you play. So it's just like a lot of that. Camps. I came to a camp my sophomore year, and then I believe yeah, I came my sophomore year, I believe it was, and it just it's just a lot of like trying to reach out, have them come see like you play. Obviously now it's kind of like tough. Seniors, juniors like have it like really hard COVID year, just like because like coaches can't like really come watch you play. And so thankfully having them watch you play like really helps you get seen. So I would say definitely that.
So did you get seen? Would you say you got seen a little bit earlier than most people maybe would have, most young people? I mean, you said you came here as a sophomore.
Yeah.
So, do you think that was a little earlier than what people may think? Or and you
Um
just mentioned now that seniors and juniors are struggling to be seen
yeah.
because of the whole COVID thing. So tell me a little bit about, did you think that you were a little early or what do you think?
I think sophomore junior year is probably about right for being seen by college coaches. So I would definitely say that that's like pretty on like a good time frame. Some of my friends actually committed sophomore year, so like that was kind of like a lot for me because like I wasn't really there yet. So I would say it was kind of late for me compared to like other people around me. But I would say sophomore, junior year is pretty common for most athletes. I mean, at least around like where like I'm from.
So, did you find IUPUI? Ohio. There's
Yeah.
there's some there's some cities in Ohio, right?
Yeah.
You wanted the city feel. So, what brought you kind of across that border and was just really the selling point of Indianapolis?
Well, a senior who's on the men's team, Tommy, he is from 2 towns over from me. So like I kind of knew it from like him and stuff. So like I like kind of knew Indy downtown area. We've played like here a lot my junior year. So like I've just like kind of like been downtown Indy a lot. So like that's like kind of like what kind of like kind of like drew me here, just like being like down here a lot for like soccer reasons, tournaments just kind of brought me down here, and I just really liked it every time I would like travel here. And then I was like,
So,
perfect fit.
that's awesome. I love to
Yeah.
hear what people say. I just kind of came here and I just fell in love with it, right?
Yeah.
It just kind of happens that way.
Uh-huh.
So now you've been here for, almost a full academic year. You're an undecided major. And undeclared majors, you can go a couple of years without declaring your major, and it's not a big deal, but what do you think you want to study? What are you kind of targeting? Do you have a top three? What's going on in your head when it comes to what you might want to study?
Right now I'm leaning more towards psych for sure. Just because like I like how the brain works and just like trying to like figure out why like people feel the way they feel. So I would like for sure say that. Business has like kind of been like up there. My dad like really likes business aspects. So like he's just been kind of like talking to me about it a bit. So I would say psych's probably first and then maybe some business. That's like what I'm trying to lean towards now. So we'll see.
So, how's your experience been so far? Is it undecided? You're kind of taking those general education requirements.
Yeah.
How's that been so far?
It's good. It's like basic like math, you got like your like English, like those types of classes. So it's definitely kind of like more of like a high school schedule type of gen ed courses, just like because you gotta get them done anyways. But like mine's just kind of earlier rather than like later for some people. So definitely fall like I had some more like math classes, so that kind of stressed me out a bit. But now like I'm just trying to do all of my work. Midterms are this Friday, so I have a few midterms coming up, and then hopefully next fall I'll kind of know like what I want to do, and I'll have some more like specific major classes. So that's the goal for the fall.
How much in person have you had here in your first year?
I've had I've only gone to two in-person classes, and it was my freshman seminar last fall. So I've had none. So it's just kind of do like your work whenever like you want to, kind of
So
spring.
how have you been able to respond to that? That's a tough question, I know, but how have you responded to that? You did that toward the end of your academic career in high school. You kind of got shoved into that, in March and April of last year. So how have you been able to, I guess, adjust in this first year?
It's definitely been like pretty hard trying to to like teach myself a lot, just like because like I can't like always like ask questions as like easily as like I would if obviously they were there teaching me. So it's definitely kind of challenging like in that aspect. But it is kind of nice because I can do work whenever like I have like a free chance to do it. So like that's like the only positive I would kind of say, because like all of my work this spring is due Monday, Friday, Sundays. Like I kind of have some leeway time, but it's just like still kind of like hard to like read books, like read stuff, and then like trying to like learn it on your own kind of per se. So I mean it's a lot. Everyone's trying. Teachers are like really trying. So it's like not like it's like their fault, but it's just kind of hard
Yeah,
sometimes.
it's a tough situation for all parties involved, right?
Yeah,
We're sitting here going, what more can we do? And you
yeah,
guys are sitting there saying, I don't know what more you can do, but I don't know if I can do any more, right?
yeah,
That
uh-huh,
sort of thing.
exactly, exactly.
So we've all been impacted by what we've been living under for the last year. And let's
Mhm.
shift to your psych mind for a moment, right? And
Okay.
and how has it affected you, and what types of things have you done, I guess, to deal with the change to normal life? You're probably the last high school senior class that remembers normal, right? The before, and now we're
Yeah.
in the after, right? So what types of changes, what types of things have you changed, and how have you kind of, I guess, made your way through this?
Well, I've just been like trying to like lean on people in my life, because freshman friends here are great. They're like all like obviously going through this with me. So it's just like really nice to like have them, through this weird college time period and stuff. So like that's like definitely helps me. Just like trying to find things to fill my day really helps too. So like I just like try to find, time to like read, or like time to do like extra work, and try to get ahead. So I guess like that would probably be what I've tried to change, just like trying to find things to fill my day now that like I don't have as much going on.
Do you feel as if you've become, I guess, more self-sufficient than you thought you would this early on in your college career?
I would say yes, actually.
And what would make you think that?
I feel like I do my work earlier now, and I feel like I used to kind of like push off work, kind of just because like who
Procrastination.
doesn't? Yeah. Yeah, who doesn't? College, like, freshman, just like trying to like figure it out. But now like I just like try to do work earlier now. So I would say that that's like a really big thing that I've like personally felt I've changed in.
So let's shift from the academic side and the personal side to more of the soccer side, right?
Okay,
The
yeah.
stuff that we want to talk about, right? The
Yeah.
soccer stuff. So the team lost their season this fall, right? You lost your first season, and when I say that, I mean your first normal season, right? The first time that you'll play in the fall. And, first off, how did that uh, walk me through that whole process as a first year student that's coming to campus and
Yeah.
wham, you have no season, right? Walk me through that first.
It was tough. We had Zoom meetings in July, just like trying to like figure out like what like we were all going to do, trying to figure out if like we're going to play, and if so, how that would look like, right? And obviously it got probably canceled like mid-July-ish. So like like kind of knew early on, and we were gonna move in August 3rd or 2nd, some like weird early August date. And then we ended up moving in August 12th. So that was just kind of weird to like adjust already made, travel move-in plans. So that was just kind of rough. And then like not being able to play our fall was just very, very tough. But coach like made it kind of easier because we played Friday games. So that was just kind of nice to like have like some sort of scrimmage type games, even though we couldn't actually play anybody else.
So how's it been to refocus into the spring? You guys have played actual competition this spring,
Yeah.
right? You go up to Milwaukee and you whack them, you beat them, right? So, it's a weird time. So how is it how is it mentally to have been able to refocus what would be a normal fall season into a spring, right? It's weird for all of us, right? That this is college soccer in the spring.
Yes, it's definitely weird because it's not like normal time frame, but I think we're all very, very glad to just be out there, travel, play. We only have 10 games, and then we had two canceled due to COVID issues. So now we're down to four more games left. So I think like every game really, really matters to every one of us. So I think like that kind of shows like when like we go out, we like play hard, we try to win every game, and I feel like we try to play the best we can too. And I think that that's kind of showed like our last few games, like we've like really tried to get out there, play tough, and get like hopefully end result of a win, and we have. So hopefully
As a, Yeah, hopefully you can continue, right, with
yeah.
four more wins, right?
Uh-huh.
So, what would you tell future first year students about, and not just soccer players, but just first year students in general, about what you've been through, and how would you tell them to cope?
I would say it's very hard to like meet anyone new here unless like you're like on a team, or it's just like very like hard, like in that like type of sense. So I would just say like trying to be nice to like people you see, because then like maybe like if like you say hi, you guys can just like become friends from that. Just like trying to make friends like in like a world like where you can't, it's like kind of challenging. So I would just say just like going out of like your way to say hi, kind of like goes like a long way, just because maybe like like maybe that like will lead to some friendship like later on, you know so I would say definitely that. And I would say taking time for like yourself too, because everything demands a lot recently. Soccer does, school does, anything does. Anything in this COVID world demands a lot. So just taking time to do things like for you, I think would really, really help anybody.
Okay, so I got to lighten the load for a moment.
Yeah.
What are all the photos that are directly behind you?
Oh, it's my dog and my friends, my mom and dad. It's just like some like little things.
So is
Um,
that like a bed? Is that like the
yes,
bed frame?
this is my dorm bed. Yeah, and then this is my desk.
And you've turned it into a clothes hanger full of pictures.
Yes, yes, it was raining today, so I kind of just hung my coat there, and yeah, and then I kind of like decorated these light up here, so like I just kind of like turn like the little like switch on sometimes, like a light.
Oh, so you've got some lit
Yeah,
up picture frames. All right, all
yeah,
right. I like that. I like the
just
look of that.
trying to bring some home to Indy.
I love that.
Thank
All
you.
right. So you got 4 games left. What do you think is going to happen the rest of the way?
Hopefully we get all wins, in like a great, perfect world, we like win every game. But I think just like getting better every game as a team like really, really helps us. So I think that if we do that, then hopefully we'll get a ring. And hopefully that's like the end goal.
Anytime you
That's
can
the
get a
end goal.
ring, it's always good, right?
That is
Anytime we can talk about a ring.
that
All
is
right.
the
Well,
end goal.
that's Alex Soccer for you. Thank you, Alex, for joining us today. And be sure to join us when senior Miranda Ricks joins us. And be sure to follow IUPUI Women's Soccer at IUPUI and the Sports Management Club at IUPUI at SMC_IUPUI on Instagram for the latest episodes of Zoom In on the Jags. Have a great rest of your day.
You too.